Welcome! If you're new here, my name is Rain. Every week or two or three, I like to put together a plant tours video. I am a newer plant parent. I started collecting plants about a year ago. I have over 100 plants now, and I have been documenting my learning curve as I learn how to take care of my plants. A lot of what I learn is on the internet doing research, but definitely also through experience. I also learn lots from you guys when you leave comments down below for me. And definitely, I learn a lot from my community members. I do have a free and private community called Cozy Plants on SKOOL. You are welcome to join us. Some of the members in there have over 300 plants. It's a really fun group, and we would love to have you. So at the start of this video, I'm going to be talking about a plant that I've been having a problem with. And it is my variegated string of hearts. And it's actually doing really well. I got this on clearance. So when I first got this, it was looking very, very sad. And I honestly did not think it was going to make it. But I've had it in my south-facing window, so it gets lots of direct sunlight for a long part of the day. It has been doing great there. It has even started to flower. There you go. And I've heard that this plant is actually hard to get to flower in your house. So it's interesting. Like it flowered for me right from the start. I mean, almost right from the start. I haven't had this very long, and it has bloomed and it's sprouting lots of new leaves for me. It's looking so beautiful. So let me just show you a close-up of the flowers. So here are the flowers. This is what they look like up close. Let's see if I can focus on it. It's very interesting. There's another one. And they are actually all over the plant. There's more. Lots more. But my problem with this plant is I think my friend is allergic to the flowers. So my friend came over twice and got a stuffy nose, and it lasted for like a few days after leaving my house. And this is the only thing that we could think of that my friend could be allergic to. So I'm wondering, has anyone else experienced this before? This being supposedly a hard plant to flower in your house. I don't know if I'm going to get a lot of people who know the answer to this, but I don't know. Is this usually a plant that people get allergic to when it flowers? It's very interesting. So that's the first thing I'll be doing in this episode, is clipping off all of these flowers. And anyways, I wanted to propagate this plant and start a brand new smaller plant because I love the shape of the leaves. And I just feel like they would be more beautiful if I put them into a tinier pot. So I just want to propagate it and have like a little tiny plant. So I'm probably going to just cut off all the strings, even though it looks so beautiful like that. There's just so many flowers and I don't want to miss any of them. So I'll just cut them all off and then propagate them inside of a closed container. And then maybe the flowers will die off in there. I have no idea. Because I don't think I see any flowers up in the top here. So I'll just cut above the flower that is the highest on the vine. I'll start with this vine right here. I can definitely see this huge flower, and I'll just chop it right here. And there's like a bead of something coming out of there. It looks like this is the last flower. Or the first one, I mean. And there's some more sap coming out of there, which I think it's not toxic. This is dead. I'm so curious. I did a search online to try to see if people get allergic to these, but I could not find anything. So if there's anyone out there who has had the same experience, I would love to hear. So here's another one. And these get really tangled up easily. Let's see if I can get this apart. And I might have to change the location of this plant so it's not getting so much light. I don't want it to be too happy, flowering all the time. So we'll see what happens in the future when I put it in its new spot. Maybe with a little bit less light, although I do love the purple that's happening right now from the sun stress. It's so beautiful. So me pruning this plant back is probably going to help it get bushier. So this will be good for the mother plant. It'll be nice to get it to get more full because it is in kind of a big pot. I don't see any more flowers. I'll just cut this one just in case because I can't tell if that bud is a leaf or a flower. All right, flowers be gone. I should check all around the plant. I'm getting this sap all over me, but I think it's okay. So I'm going to prop these into my plastic prop box. I'm probably going to cut them smaller and stick them in here, but I want to show you guys the most beautiful leaf on this plant. I'm going to show you close up. Look at that little beauty. It's got a really pretty pink color, and I like how it's just like on that one side there. So cute. There are the vines. I'm gonna go ahead and just like snip these smaller and stick them in my prop box and see what happens. So I have my Scindapsus in here. It's time for him to move out. And I will put him in here. It's got a nice big root. Ooh, 2 of them. Wow, look at that. Oh, wow, it's massive. It's totally ready to move out. And I'm gonna somehow try to get it in here. All right, so I'm not going to use soil for this Scindapsus. I'm going to use pon, but I do like this container. It's very nice. It's got drainage holes made just for plants. I try not to use plastic, but someone sold this plant to me in this, so I'm definitely gonna reuse that. All right, so I washed this down with hydrogen peroxide. Now I'll just put my pon in there and try not to get it all over my floor. Here goes some monstrous roots going in. And then I will just fill the pon in on top. I wonder if I even need this stem still. I'll just leave it. I'll just pour from the top. It feels so good to finally get that done. This pon is super dry, so I'm going to give it some Super Thrive. And I love Super Thrive. It helps my plants grow faster and larger. All right, stay happy, Scindapsus. This is a dead stick. I'm going to throw that away. The pon is kind of dry. Just squirt some water on it real quick. That should be good enough. All right, I'm just gonna plop these in just like that. Put all this pon in here. Okay, so I'm not even gonna try to like make this neat. I'm just gonna close it up and see what happens because I like to experiment. I just wanna see how this plant does like this, because I still have plenty left on here and it's doing well, so I'm not worried. I just want to see like how well these do in 100% humidity and see if the flowers die. And I'm curious to see what the roots look like. So I'll keep this next to my grow light right behind me and I will keep you updated on the progress. Well, I discovered some more flowers around my house. This is my green Alocasia. As you can see, it is not the most beautiful flower that has ever bloomed, so I definitely do not feel bad cutting this one off. I also realized that my Oxalis triangularis was flowering. I had just forgotten about that one, and I actually do feel bad cutting these off because I love these flowers. They are so cute. But at the time of me narrating this video, weeks have passed by and I'm happy to say that the flowers have grown back. It has been almost 3 weeks since I cut the flowers and propagated my string of hearts, so I will show you the updates right now. Here's my beautiful Oxalis with the blooming flowers that have returned. Here's my prop box. And my string of hearts are still alive, it looks like, but I'm not seeing any roots. So it's been just about 3 weeks, and I do not see roots yet. So there is about 100% humidity in here, but it might take a little longer since I haven't like rooted any part of it into the pond. So I wonder if I should take some out. I wonder if that's a root right there. It might be. But I wonder if I should bury some of them inside of the pond to see if it helps root them faster. Or I could just keep them in here longer and see how long it takes for them to root. While I am waiting for my string of hearts to root, I think I can go ahead and pot up my Ruby Cascade, my Peperomia, which I have propagated in the same way. So they are actually now ready to be potted up, I'm pretty sure. So let me take them out and give you guys a look. It has been several weeks since I propagated my Peperomia Ruby Cascade, and that totally feels rooted. It is stuck in the pumice rock, so I'm gonna gently pull it out and see what the root system looks like. Look at that, tiny, tiny roots. Yay, it worked. I saved it, and there's lots of new growth also. So I'm gonna go ahead and pot this one up, but I'm gonna leave the rest of them in there just in case this one doesn't survive. And just the note, I had tried to propagate like just the leaves with the stem only, and those did not work. So now I know that you need to have nodes for this to work. And it's also interesting that not all of these have rooted. So this one here does have nodes, but for some reason there are no roots coming out of it, although it is still alive. So I'll just leave it in here a little longer and see if it decides to root one day. All right, so I've got my little pot that I've made. I put some drainage holes in it with my reamer. And this is what the plant looks like that I'm going to pot up. So you can see that there are like 3 nodes where the roots are coming out of. So I want to make sure that I submerge those roots into the pot. So I'm going to put the plant in here just like this. So it'll be hanging over the edge like that, and then all the roots will be inside of the pond. So my pond is dry and it creates dust whenever I pour it like that. So I'm going to go ahead and just like wet it down. I'll go ahead and just pour my super dry solution into it and just get it wet. Okay, so I'm going to create a layer of pond. And now I'll go ahead and set the plant in and then cover in around it. So cute. So this is gonna go into my cabinet because it has been in almost 100% humidity as it's been propagating. So I don't want to shock it by placing it out in my air. My ambient is like, I think around 20% humidity right now. Actually, it's like 33% right now because it's gonna storm, I think. We're gonna get some rain in the next week or so, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm actually going to catch some of the rain so I can feed it to my plants. I've been told by my community members that rain is like liquid gold for plants. So I'm gonna do what I can to catch as much as I can and treat my plants. So cute. All right, so now that this little guy's potted up, I just need to give it a cover pot. And as many of you guys know, I have been making my own pots in my pottery studio. So I've got 4 brand new cover pots, and if you've seen my previous videos, you know that it took me about 8 months to get my pottery studio together. So I finally learned how to use my kiln, and even though it's not working perfectly, it's good enough. It's working well enough that I can finish my pots now. So which one should I pick? So these are my 4 brand new pots, and please don't make fun of me if you think they're ugly. I'm still learning. So I think probably this one is the best fit. There it is. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. I just need a watering dish so that I don't get water all over every time I water this thing. Plus, I like to have a cache of water at the bottom so that I'm not constantly giving it water all the time. There it is, my new little Peperomia Ruby Cascade. I'm gonna give this little guy a drink, and then it's going into the cabinet. Its new home. Oops, I put too much. I always do that, and that's why I need drainage holes in my plant pots. So I've decided to let this live right here on the second shelf next to my Polyneura. Ooh, brand new baby leaves. I always love finding that. And then I can see that my mallow needs some water right now. And probably some other plants in here are pretty thirsty as well. So I guess I'll go ahead and water them. And while I'm in here, I might as well go ahead and give some of my plants better cover pots, like my compacta over here. This little disc is not doing it for me. So let me just see if it'll fit in here. Yeah, that'll work just fine. That's way better than that disc. And my Polyneura here is also very top heavy. It actually doesn't stand up by itself. So I'll put it in here, and it still leans, but at least it's not going to fall over. Now I can lean against the pot instead of the glass. Okay, I did some rearranging, and look, a brand new leaf on my Maculata begonia. So I think this, yeah, that'll fit right there just fine. Next to my snowcat and my anthurium, which is also growing a new leaf. Very tiny baby one right there. So my last pot is gonna go to my silver dragon, my Alocasia, which is also growing another new leaf. The latest leaf came out with all of these holes, and it's kind of deformed, strange, but there you go. Maybe it will be happier with a cover pot. I just want to give you guys one last update before I end this video. This is, it looks like bamboo, but this is my Hoya pandorata, and it had spider mites on it. I could see the webs, and there were also like little brown dots that were happening on the bottoms of the leaves. So I didn't know the brown spots were from the spider mites until I actually saw the webs starting to form on it. So I've been dealing with my spider mite outbreak, and I'm going to make a video about that and how I have been dealing with it, how I'm getting rid of them. I don't see any spider mite webs anymore. I don't see any more damage. So it seems like what I'm doing is working, and I get a lot of advice from my community members, which is so cool. But I want to show you a close-up of this because there's finally new growth, like actual new vines coming out. It's been trying to push out these vines for so long, and now they're finally starting to come out. Here's the close-up of my pandorata, and it's funny that it has like curling leaves on it, and it's the same with the propagation that I cut off of here. That one also has like this kind of like curl at the end, which is really funny. But this is the newest vine, one of the newest vines right here. And then here, this is the very newest one. And looks like it's the leaf coming out right there. So cute. So I will keep you guys informed on future updates, and I definitely have lots more plant chores to do. So I hope to see you guys in the future. Have a great day and enjoy your plants.